I have no idea how I'm going to make this video funny, but hold on to your hats because we're going to take a little ride through legal land. So I did make the third video, but this week it became obsolete because the people that I learned law from have actually automated the process of being able to send in your notices of non-consent. So all I'm going to do today is walk you through exactly how to do that. So this is all you have to do, and it applies to anyone, anywhere in the world. Just go to solutionsempowerment.com/non-consent. If you remember, click yes. If you're not, click no. You don't have to join up just yet. When you get to the next screen, fill out your details. Make sure that they are correct, because this is what the automated process uses to pre-fill your information for your notices. They're asking for a minimum donation of $5 up to whatever is comfortable to cover their time and resources. Once you've picked your amount, just fill in your details down here and click submit. They also have forms for the lockdown. So this is a non-consent for the current and any future lockdowns, keeping in mind that what we've seen is just a warm-up for what is going to come in the future. And by the time you're watching this video, they should have their forms up for 5G as well. If not, just keep hitting their website because they will have the non-consent forms for 5G as well. So once you receive your forms, you'll get some instructions of what to do. You will have a few forms that you can sign and send off. One of these is the My Will Notice and Mandate. You'll also get this, which is the powerful one. It's the My Will Notice and Notice and Demand for further and better particulars. This will be pre-filled out with your details. All you have to do is go right down to the bottom. I do recommend reading what's in it just so that you start learning about things. But all you have to do down here is sign your signature and make sure it touches this all rights reserved down here. If you can, use a blue or a purple pen and follow the instructions for sending these off. You can actually email these. This I didn't know until recently, but an email does count. Now, if you're from another country, you'll just need to change these parts here. So this is our Prime Minister, Governor General, Minister for Health, I think there, yep. And then also the Minister for Social Services. Just look up the equivalent people in your country and then put their details in here and address it to them. You'll also get this affidavit of claimant. Now, you're not a claimant. The claimant are the people who are making the claims against you. These are the people saying that you have to get a vaccine, and they're also the people that are claiming that vaccines are safe and effective. So don't touch anything on this form. This is just making you more honourable in your dealings. And by sending them this, it's making it easier for them to lose against you. So all you have to do here, again, don't touch, don't sign anything on this. You just include it with your notice and send it off for them to fill out, which they won't, and that makes it an easy win for you. Now, if you do want to join up with Solutions Empowerment, which is something I highly recommend, the amount of information in here will take care of, for the minimal fee that it costs to join, it will take care of so many liabilities for debts, fines, pretty much anything you can poke a stick at. There is so much in here, and more than anything, it will actually help you to remove any anger and fear associated with the system that we live under, because it teaches you how to operate in the private realm, and that means learning how to let the system work for you. For example, creating your own financial instruments, using a birth certificate to take care of liabilities to pay debts, and a number of other factors that are going to really, really improve your life. Now, they've given you a 10% discount code if you're referred by me, which means that I get remuneration as well. I've thought about it, but I can't do that. So if you do want a 10% discount, maybe just contact them and ask, but I don't want to have anything to do with that, simply because I don't want money to have anything to do with this, because I don't want there to be any bias. I'm simply recommending this site because I've seen a lot of this stuff, and this is the only place I have found that has 21 years of proven track record and success. There is no theory in here whatsoever. This is all based on backed up successes from anything from courts, discharging debts, anything to do with police or any other people pretending to be authorities, how to deal with them, how to never accept the fine in the first place, how to not even talk to them unless you're actually required to. There are only very, very minimal requirements and situations where you might actually need to talk to a police officer or any kind of governing authoritarian body, because they're only pretending. Your taxes, and anyway, it's just, I highly recommend joining. It's a super minimal fee. I think it's $69 US to join. You can contact them, as I say, and ask for a 10% discount if you want, but I'm not going to have anything to do with getting money for it in return, simply because I just don't want any bias to be there. I just recommend it because it's done a lot for me, and I think it can do a lot for you too. Now, if you haven't seen these videos, go and check out on Vimeo, however you pronounce that, this MMA fighter versus Victoria Police. This is posted by a student from Solutions Empowerment. There are 2 videos, and it shows how even if you get things a bit wrong, which he did, I mean, he would know not to answer questions and he would know not to make claims, but in the situation, maybe he gauged the situation himself and this is why he did it, but he did make a couple of mistakes and still managed to hold off multiple police and Department of Health Services. And actually, maybe if he wants to do a little podcast with me, we can go into why you don't do that and also what he could have done a little better, such as threatening them with loss of job and commercial liability. And that's something you can do when you get your confidence and your skills up as well. So like I said, I can't accept any money from Solutions Empowerment for recommending them, but if you do want to support me, you can go to barnettbooks.shop and you can get my ebook, The Common Sense Guide to Food. You can also go to Instagram and follow me there at barnett.media. And I also have another one at g.bio events. And while you're on Instagram, I highly recommend following Amy Rose_rewilding. She's done an amazing job with her Expand series of stories here of curating a lot of the information surrounding the coronavirus hoax, germ theory, and a lot of other things that I think you'll be highly interested in. So go ahead and give Amy Rose_rewilding a follow. You can also go to this site that I've just been told about called altcensored.com. This is where all the videos that are banned from YouTube get curated. So I'm on there along with a lot of other people. And if you want access to my previous and future videos, you can get me on BitChute and subscribe to me there. Facebook and Google don't like me very much, so BitChute apparently won't take my videos down. So everything that I have done and will do in the future will go up here on BitChute. So it's time to fill out our notices and get them sent off. I would love to see 100,000 sent off in Australia. I'd love to see 1 million plus sent off worldwide. This can be the spanner in the works for this huge agenda that's being pushed out. It doesn't have to go the way that people are thinking it's going to go. We do have a lot of power. It just means that we have to take a few action steps in order to show that we have the power and in order to affect. You know, it's funny, the system is actually set up very fairly. It's just that we're not taught how to use it. Same way we're not taught how to use a body. It's why people get mentally and physically ill. We're not taught how to use the system and to understand the law. This is why I'm so highly recommending joining up at Solutions Empowerment. But look, if that's not you right now, at least just get in and get these forms sent off. They will do a lot for you and they will do a lot for all of us. Because when you really learn your rights, the world becomes a very, very different place. When you start operating in the realm of the private as opposed to the realm of the public, you are operating in a realm that has inherent rights that cannot be taken away. And if you're someone that's already lost your job because you refuse to get a flu shot, well, let me tell you, it's payday for you. Because when you know your stuff, you know how to put these people who assume to have the authority to do that on notice. And that is going to make a huge difference to every facet of your life. So it takes a little time, takes a little effort, and there is a bit of a learning curve. But once you do that, the rewards are very rich. So I hope this video has been of some value to you. I'm going to leave you with a little clip from The Simpsons. And while I know nobody's actually asked for any advice, I'm going to give you some anyway. And that is not to take yourself or life too seriously. I take what I do very seriously, but I don't take myself or life very seriously. And I know that some people are feeling that we're up against the wall in this current situation. So if you just put your energy into keeping your mind healthy and your body healthy and start arming yourself with the tools that it takes to protect ourselves moving forward, then it's us that get to determine the world of the future. So enjoy this little clip from The Simpsons and I'll catch you next time.
I'd like to call to order this secret conclave of America's media empires. We're here to come up with the next phony baloney crisis to put Americans back where they belong, in dark rooms glued to their televisions, too terrified to skip the commercials.
Well, I think...
NBC, you are here to listen and not speak. I think we should go with a good old-fashioned public health scare.
A new disease. No one's immune. It's like the summer of the shark, except instead of a shark, it's an epidemic. And instead of summer, it's all the time.
That is smoking.
Now, I hate to be the guy who derails what everybody else
He
loves.
loves being that guy.
But, Janice, we do have standards. This can't be a made-up disease. The only moral thing to do is release a deadly virus into the general public.
We do have something we've been holding on to, but it hasn't been tested. Get over here, NBC.
Well, we certainly believe in testing, but
Wow. Oh, yeah.
So, we've got our deadly disease. Now, we just have to blame it on something that's in every household, something that people are a little bit afraid of already. House cat flu is coming, people. The Center for Disease Disinformation predicts with some degree of probability that the house cat flu might spread in the following hypothetical outbreak pattern. So petter beware, that warm body on your lap just might be ready to destroy your tender fiddles. Springfielders are advised to stay tuned for more information if they experience any of the following symptoms: mild thirst, occasional hunger, tiredness at night,